Hello, everyone. It's Friday the 13th, but I thank you for tuning in, and I'm gonna move along. We've got an incredible day and some wonderful events that are real, dear to our heart. We're gonna celebrate an accomplishment from an American hero, Chuck Yeager, in just a little bit. But nevertheless, let me kind of go through this and go through the stuff as quickly as I possibly can. But yesterday, I received a call, and it was an incredible call, basically informing us that we had been selected for one of the hydrogen hubs, and that our application, was selected amongst, tens and tens and tens of applications and everything. The gentleman that I was talking to, and I don't know that I should disclose that at this point in time, but he was very, very complimentary of all the great work that we had done within the state in order to present an application that was really good. So I thank all those involved. I thank our senators and congressmen and women and everything, and it's just another great big step forward in West Virginia. My gracious sakes of living. We have been an energy state forever. We want to embrace all, different forms of energy, all the alternatives, but at the same time, we're never going to forget, never are we going to forget our coal miners or our gas workers, and we're going to be really, really proud of our fossil fuels. So with all that being said, lots and lots of companies that can really benefit from this and everything, and, it's just an enormous amount of the potential of more and more jobs in this great state. The basic bottom line is where our kids to be won't have to go somewhere else to seek employment and have a great job. They'll be able to stay right here with our families, and our family network will stay together. And so this is just another great big step. And thank you so much to all those that played a role in this. I just mentioned to you Chuck Yeager and the Chuck Yeager Bridge. We're going to celebrate an incredible anniversary. 76 years ago, this incredible man, now that absolutely retired as a brigadier general, and broke the sound barrier by going in excess of 700 miles an hour. Today it's a big time honor to honor this man. I had the opportunity to meet him a couple of times, and it was just it was amazing to sit with a gentleman that had the courage. I mean, can you just imagine? Can you just imagine the level of not only the talent, but the courage and the grit and everything? True, big time national hero, and we're so proud that he's from West Virginia. So at 12:30, and I don't want to mess this up, so I'm going to read this. I will be celebrating the completion of the new gold and blue paint job on the Charles Chuck Yeager Bridge in Charleston. During this ceremony, we'll have a really special treat. We will also commemorate the anniversary of his historic feat with a flyover by World War II era P-51 Mustang fighter aircraft and everything that are similar to what Chuck Yeager flew during his time with the U.S. Army Air Force. So please, come out, and if you can't come out and everything, tune in to what's going on. It's a celebration to one of ours, but a true American hero. And so we'll see you there in just a little while. Again, moving along, but the tourism folks, today we're announcing another exciting announcement in the golfers. There's a Golf Now app, and golfers are now able to book tee times at West Virginia State Park golf courses, and they're great courses. Don't you think for a second they're not incredible courses. Thanks to a new partnership with NBC Sports Next and Golf Now. So look to take advantage of that. If you're a golfer in West Virginia or golfers, that you may know that are coming through, take advantage of that. Gosh, this is hard to imagine right here. This month marks the 6th anniversary of our Roads to Prosperity program. It seems like it was yesterday, but it truly kicked us off and got us really going. There's billions of dollars worth of road work. The voters voted on this, and lots of people said, oh, it'll never pass. No way, no way, no way. It's bigger than anything we've ever done by the tune of probably 5 times. There's no way it'll be passed. There's no way. Right at 73% of the voters voted for this. They had to trust. They had to trust in me and what I was telling them. I went over and over and over, place after place. Sometimes 6, 7, 8 stops in a day. Day after day after day, I sat on a stool trying to answer any questions or concern they had. And lo and behold, what did they do? 73%, they spoke. They spoke, and they stepped out, just like West Virginians do. And now today, our state has really transformed into a really, really, really success story like you can't imagine. It all started right here. Seems like it was yesterday, but Roads to Prosperity will remember that forever and ever and ever. We have another exciting thing that's going to happen on Monday. On Monday at 1 p.m., I'm going to cut a ribbon of a much anticipated road project in South Charleston. It's the opening of the connector road from Jefferson Road right to the Trace Fork Shopping Center. It's going to be known as the quickest way to get to Target. But nevertheless, we're going to do it on Monday, and we've done it. And again, hats off to all those in the highway department and everything. Incredible work. We have absolutely beat the schedule. We're way ahead of schedule and everything. And so absolutely come out. Come out and see this. This is really neat. Really, really good. Earlier this week is another thing. Earlier this week, we got a grant for $12.3 million from the federal government and everything to expand. This is basically expanding our charter schools in the state of West Virginia. This was, and I want to read this, but earlier this week, the West Virginia Professional Charter School Board secured a remarkable $12.3 million of federal grant, of money. There's a federal grant to expand in our state. Now, at the end of the day, it's just as simple as this, and that's all there is to it. Kids should have choices. Everybody said, oh, the sky will fall, the sky will fall. We absolutely moved forward by just putting our toe in the water, and lo and behold, what does it tell us? It tells us we should be listening to parents. It tells us absolutely that we should have Hope Scholarship. It tells us that over and over and over, we should give kids and parents a choice. So it's great stuff. Great, great, great stuff. Okay, here's something always dear to my heart and everything, and I wish to goodness that I could just do more of it and everything, because I don't get to do this hardly ever now, and it's a crying shame, but nevertheless, we're having our monster trout stocking and our monster trout contest and everything, and I'm proud again to announce the return of that with our fall stockings. And, I want you to make sure to watch for the 5 monster trout, with unique tags, because if you catch one, you could win a weekend cabin stay in West Virginia and all kinds of Cabela's, prize packages and stuff. And so there'll be a total of 43 lakes and streams around the state that will receive these stockings. And so absolutely get out, enjoy this incredible, incredible time of year when I've said it over and over, but where God is showing off. I mean, if you'll just think how beautiful West Virginia is anyway, But this time of year when our leaves begin to change and everything, and the weather's still really good, and you can get out and enjoy some time on the stream or the lake, it'd be really, really touch your soul. I keep telling you that. And we're going to try, a project, that is in, well, if I could just read again, it's a new pilot program, but in November and December, we're going to stock trout in the Elk River in Webster County as a part of a pilot program to evaluate the economic impact of trout stocking in that area. So absolutely, again, we're on the move. Commerce doing a great job. Tourism doing an incredible job. Let's just keep at it. I just love to talk about good stuff that's coming to West Virginia. Get out and think about turkey season. Turkey season is coming in, October the 14th in all 55 of our counties and everything. And that is amazing beyond belief, because just imagine this. I was able to get the first wild turkey that I ever saw in my life. Now think about this. I think it was 1976, and I had been turkey hunting in the spring the year before, thought I possibly heard a turkey gobble, but I had never really heard a turkey gobble. I was sitting with a little Lynch foolproof box call and everything, and it was breaking daylight on the opening day of turkey season in Monroe County in 1976. All of a sudden, down over the hill, turkeys was gobbling like crazy, and I couldn't believe it. I'd never really heard a turkey gobble, never seen a turkey, ever in my life. And believe me, B, now, you're talking to somebody that was in the woods a lot, but I had never seen a wild turkey. And so there I sit with my little foolproof box call, calling, and every time I'd touch it, the turkey would go crazy. Some way, somehow, it made its way to me. Turkeys are incredibly smart, but this one surely wasn't. In some way, somehow, I got it. It weighed 21 pounds, 4 ounces, I think. And a great, great gentleman that was with me that hunted with me all the time. His name's Roscoe Weichel and everything. And son Rodney and Roger Weichel, are sons that, are still to this day incredible, incredible friends. We lost Mr. Weichel and years and years ago, but I always enjoyed hunting with him. He was nowhere close to me when the turkey came in. He was probably half a mile away hunting in a different area that we were in, and so, but nevertheless, it is hard to imagine that the fact that somebody that was in the woods as much as I, but I was either grouse hunting or quail hunting, all across our state, had not seen a turkey in 1976. And today, just think of what we have. All 55 counties with the fall season, are you kidding me? Absolutely, it is amazing, really and truly, what the great people at our DNR have been able to do with transporting and moving and establishing turkeys and populations in all different counties and everything. More and more great work. Get out in the woods. Get out on the streams. It'll absolutely, again, just make you feel rejuvenated in every way. I've already said about our fall foliage and everything. It's getting ready to happen. Tourism is doing great work there and telling us where to go, where the best places are. Think about this just for a second. Never forget this. But our Gold Star mothers are about to go on their ride, and they're getting ready to start right out here and everything. Absolutely. Just think for a second. We have so much to celebrate. And we want to absolutely celebrate the lives of these people's losses. They gave the ultimate sacrifice. I say it over and over, and I'll keep saying it. If you don't like to hear it, well then you don't need to listen to me. But absolutely, we owe everything we have to our military. Everything. That's all there is to it. Our veterans, our active military, and especially those that gave the ultimate sacrifice. These incredible families. Keep them in your prayers. Keep them in your prayers today and always. Please do that. That's all I've got. Quickly.
All right. Thank you, Governor. And just like he said, we'll get in as many questions as we possibly can. Let's now start with Charles Young with WV News.
It's Charles Young with WV News. Governor, over the last couple of years, as we've covered the application process for the Arch 2 project, I've seen this described as a partnership between the state, EQT, and a bunch of other energy producers. Could you be more specific about the state's role in this partnership? Is the state actually receiving any of these funds that is going to distribute them? Could you talk about the state's role, please?
Charles, I guess the easiest way, because it's complicated, it's really complicated. But the state has coordinated many different participants that are public and private both. From the standpoint of the state directly receiving funds, I don't, and I would have to defer to our people and everything in regard to that. I don't think the state directly receives funds, but it is a coordination that we, along with all the partners, whether it be federal, whomever it may be, and private, we absolutely have coordinated the effort. Now, putting together, there's so many, moving parts here, but putting together the application was a monumental feat, and our folks did that along with many others and along with a lot of help and everything, and so incredible day. Let's just wait and see, and this is always something to be concerned about. This is basically a partnership in some ways between Pennsylvania and Ohio and ourselves, and I guess at the end of the day, we surely want to get our fair share, and so we're gonna just we're just gonna keep at it and everything, but. One of the real main drivers is just the most abundant natural gas and the cheapest, so we got a lot of real possibilities here, but I think it's way too far in its infancy to start spending money today.
All right, thank you, Charles. Let's now go to Mark Curtis with Nexstar Media.
Good afternoon, or good morning, Governor. I'd like to get an update on the state of emergency in our jails and prisons and where that stands. And I ask because the Legislative Interim Committee on Jails and Prisons is going to meet Monday afternoon to discuss the issue, specifically the staffing shortages and the low pay still, deferred maintenance, and some of these lawsuits that have been put forth. I think there's now a federal class action lawsuit on behalf of everyone in the Southern Regional Jail, numerous other lawsuits over deaths. What needs to be done? If you had to be in that room with the legislators on Monday, what would you say in terms of what needs to be done? How bad is this problem, and what are we going to do to fix it?
Well, Mark, it's a problem, and literally at the end of the day, we have, I'm not going to throw rocks, but I'm just going to tell you just the truth. From the governor's side or the cabinet or the governor's cabinet, we sent bills up 2 different years. And really and truly, then we get in a little bit of a food fight and nothing got done. Nothing got done. We sent the bills from the governor's office and said, we got a real problem here, a real problem. And when we sit on our hands, the problem only gets worse. We needed to move forward with absolutely putting us in at least a competitive situation to where we could hire people. We kept losing and losing more and losing more and losing more. Now, you got a lot of people want to jump up on a soapbox and say, we got to do this, we got to do this, we got to do this. Well, if we were really fair, I have sent it up for 2 years. Now, we have got to address this, Mark. That's all there is to it. We have to absolutely take care of those folks that are in our jails. It is our obligation to do so, and we've got to do that and everything. Well, so we still are in a state of emergency in regard to this, And literally at the end of the day, I'm confident now. Now we've gotten everybody's attention, and now we'll get there. We'll get there with stuff that will make real progress. And so, I would just tell all those, the legislatures, the powers to be, I would say, now look, it's as simple as this. We can't continue to kick the can down the road. We shouldn't have kicked it down the road the last 2 years. We should have fixed this 2 years ago. But now we've got to absolutely do our best to make an absolute concerted effort to try to make real progress. Now, Mark, can we just that quick? Can we just do it all? Do everything under the sun? You probably can't, but you can make real progress. And so, we're going to just stay right after it. And there's many ongoing projects right now in our jails and our prisons, and we're going to continue. We're going to make a real difference. You wait and see.
All right. Thank you, Mark. Let's now go to Randy Yohe with West Virginia Public Broadcasting.
Hi, Randy here with West Virginia Public Broadcasting. Governor, we see from internal memos within your administration suggesting that Mike Honecker's nomination for Inspector General with Homeland Security be pulled since he legally can't hold a newly created office that he voted for as a delegate. Yet your office says he's now working in Homeland Security. So what is he doing, and who will now fill that Inspector General position?
Randy, he has been hired into an existing position as the Inspector General. Let me tell you this. We're in my world, at least, how I would see this. That as soon as he will be eligible, he is absolutely the right man for the job. Now, Mike, if anybody that knows Mike would tell you that Mike is an honorable guy, and will do a great job. And absolutely, Randy, we're trying to navigate these waters and everything, but I feel very confident about this choice, and I think you'll just see really good stuff, at the end of the day.
All right, thank you, Randy. Let's now go to John Blaschke with WDTV.
Hi, good morning, Governor Justice. Thank you for letting me speak here this morning. I wanted to ask you were at the bottling facility in Morgantown yesterday. There appears to be a lot of infrastructure going on down that way. And so I wanted to ask you briefly about the impact of the potential, the interchange there on 68 and 119 that would lead to that industrial park over there at Harmony Grove. Would you mind just talking about the impact of that project?
It's unbelievable. All you got to do is just step back and just think about it. What they got going on in Mon County is knocking it out of the park, and we absolutely should learn from that playbook and maybe bring that playbook to Charleston and learn from it and run a lot of those same plays. I hate like crazy what happened last night at the end of the WVU game. I mean, what an incredible effort that our team made and everything. We had the game won. And how on earth that happens, who on the planet could even think about it? But what I'm saying to you is what is going on in Mon County. They are running the right plays. They're doing the right jobs. And with all that, in what we did yesterday with that access road and bridge, think about this. What's happening there with Mountaintop Beverage right now is unbelievable. And if you haven't seen that facility, everybody needs to go see it because it is phenomenal. And if you look at the industrial park, the footprint of the industrial park there, the potential growth off the chart. So what do they need? We sure don't want 400 trucks going through Westover every day. I mean, for crying out loud, it is unbelievable what the potential is of that industrial park. So with all that being said, we now will begin construction in the spring of 2024 right now, just in a few months. And what we're going to do is we're going to build a bridge and we're going to make an access road and everything to keep those trucks out of Westover and everything. And then what will happen as we go forward, is we will absolutely build another access that will, involve a lot of Fed dollars. But if we were sitting around waiting on all the Fed dollars and all this stuff right now, we may be sitting a longer time, and we may have a terrible inconvenience with all those trucks and everything coming in. And what we'll end up with is 2 accesses to an incredible industrial park. It's good stuff, good stuff. And the other thing that we did up there yesterday is we gave $3.5 million, in a water and sewer grant and everything to an incredible project that's going on right there, in regard to our sports teams that the Milan Park Foundation does and everything. Just great work by great people and everything. It's just, it will drive tourism to the area. It will drive greatness for our kids and everything. It's just good stuff. It's hard to watch what's going on in Mon County and not love it.
All right, thank you, John. Now let's go to Brad McElhaney with West Virginia Metro News.
Hi, Governor. Happy Friday. Governor, you are running to continue your public service in the U.S. Senate. My understanding is you don't intend to self-fund, but just generally, how is fundraising going? Thank you.
Brad, it's going great. I mean, for crying out loud, in all honesty, we the last quarter in July and August, we didn't do much. And the reason we didn't do much is we were in the process of switching our national fundraisers and everything. And so in all honesty, we just kind of didn't have anybody for, almost 2 months there. And in the first quarter, we didn't get started until April the 27th. And so we really only had 2 months there and 1 month in the other. But no, Brad, it's going great. A lot of people really stepping up and everything. And I run off of their energy. But from the standpoint of self-funding, I'm not going to do that. And the reason I'm not going to do that is just plain and simple. I really believe that this job is tough for anybody to do. And I think, if I'm willing to step up, we all need to step up. We all need to be together. We're all so much stronger if we all run across the finish line together. But no, I think it's going great. I love the people and love being with them. And so, we're just going to continue to be out there and be with the people, and we'll see how it all ends up at the end of the day. I think it's going to end up very good.
All right, thank you, Brad. Governor, back to you.
Well, like I said, I'm going to run because I want to get to this wonderful, wonderful, wonderful dedication of the bridge and in the honor of a true American hero, Chuck Yeager. And so I'm going to run, but nevertheless, thank y'all so much, and I appreciate you more than you'll know. Keep doing good stuff, West Virginia. That's all I got.